I forgot to start recording. So here, okay. So we are continuing the theme of square clearance. Okay, square clearance. So here it is play. Here it is black to play.
Rook takes rook.
So first of all, check the position where it is. It is the what do you call it? The white is playing up the board. I mean, from up to down. So
excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry, I joined a bit late, sir, because I just came out from out, sir.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay, you can continue.
Oh, knight c5 and then oh wait, never mind.
Wait, yeah. So
What have you been doing, sir?
Yeah, I think you will have to catch up, Aiden. Square clearance is the theme of the tactic. Okay, square clearance. So you will catch up. You will just. So see, the black position is starting from the bottom of the board going up. Okay, it is the reverse thing, not the normal.
You can get your black knight to f2 or c5.
Yeah. No, f2 or c5. Okay, f2 or c5. Okay, so that is the thing. Correct.
No,
so
actually you're not. You can't get it to f2. Sorry, so you can only get it to c.
Yeah, it is better to go to c5 because
if you get it. Yeah, because if you get it to f2, then the knight comes to f2.
Yeah, then the white knight will come to f2, and then when you give a check, see, already remember the thing is the position is like white king is in deep trouble. He is encircled, and if you give one powerful check, if you give it in such a way that he cannot move, then it will become a checkmate. Right? Only thing is that which check to give. So you want to actually move your pawn, which is the black pawn on e5 is there currently behind the knight. You want that pawn to go ahead and give the check. If that happens, then it will be a checkmate. But right now the knight is occupying the e4 square. Right? So you want to move the knight, but in move the knight with a tempo ideally. If you see, if you move to something like g3, then there is no tempo. Then white will play something in meanwhile, and then it will create a thing. For example, white will play his knight from d1. He might play it to c3. Right? Then he will create a what do you call?
So if you get a knight to g3, then what will white do?
Yeah, he can play e3 move to e4. He can move the pawn e3 to f4. Various other things he can do it. So, but what does he do is knight moves here with a check. Okay, now check, and the king cannot move anywhere. The rooks are defending each other. Everything else is thing. So now he is forced to capture the pawn. So with the pawn, he is forced to capture the knight. Right? Forced to capture the knight. And once he captures the knight, then the other pawn will move ahead and give a check, and it will be checkmate.
So, you know what, actually, like if you want to give a checkmate, then this move will be correct. But if you want, like, you can move to g3 also, because if you move to g3, then you can get the rook, white rook.
Yeah, white will simply take a rook now then. Okay, so white will simply take a rook, then it is not easy for you after that.
Yeah.
Right, white rook on e2 will kill the rook on c2. Right, and then you cannot win. In fact, then black will lose actually after that. Okay, so the other way is that if you go to knight to f2 here, then what happens is you don't get a checkmate immediately.
Yeah, sir, because the knight will kill on f2.
Yeah, knight will kill. Then you will give a check. Then the knight will sacrifice itself on e4. Then you do this, then the king will take it. Now, of course, black will still win, but it is not a checkmate immediately. Right? It is not a checkmate immediately. So that is why the other move was better. But the idea was square clearance. He was vacating the e4 square for his pawn. Okay. Let's look at one more example. Don't look at this one here and just see what is the. Yeah, I think this one is easy.
Rook takes h7.
Yeah, because see behind the rook, actually the bishop is on h6, queen is on g1. So if queen were to get an open thing, then queen will go to g7 and it will be a checkmate, right?
Yes, sir. It's at 7.
So now what is the best way to give that square to the queen is sacrifice the rook. Sacrifice the rook, but not on g8. If rook goes to g8, then black rook comes to g8 with the support of the knight pawn, and then queen cannot do anything. But if rook goes to h7, then whichever way, either the knight kills the rook or king kills the rook, whichever way, queen will go to g7 and it will be a checkmate. Right? Queen will go to a checkmate. So hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So okay, all right. So we will see one more example. Oh, this is a beautiful example.
So the rook e7.
Rook e7, queen will be happy to take the two rooks. Queen will take on
Sir,
e7.
sir, after that you can take the g7 pawn. With the queen.
How can no, rook to e7, queen will take e7.
Sir, queen to h5 check.
Rook to f8 check.
Queen to h5 check. Then queen g6 may come. I don't know. I think.
Sir,
Yeah.
I don't know, but
Queen
how
G6.
about, sir, how about rook f8?
Yeah. If you see here, what they are saying is that
Rook f8 because like
somehow actually it is not a direct thing. See, the queen, if it were to be on e8, okay, giving the check with the support of the e1 rook, then it would be a checkmate. But how can the queen come to e8? Right? So you have to be imaginative here. So rook to f8, see, everything is forced. Now king has to take the rook, right? There is no other option, and it's a proximity check. So king takes f8, queen h8. Now again, there is nothing to be blocking. There is no ABC. Only A is possible. B or C is not possible in the check. So you have to avoid the check by going to king to f7, and now you get access to e8 square.
queen e8.
And now it is a checkmate. What is that? This checkmate called? I forgot the name. But where the see, it is a diagonal. Huh?
It's a dovetail mate.
What is that?
A dovetail mate.
Yeah, dovetail mate, I think. Yeah. So because the black kings, two of his escape squares are occupied by his own pieces, and now the queen can cover everything else except the two squares. Those are occupied. So see, from the original position, you have to really imagine how queen can come to e8 if it can come in a forceful way, right? So this was a brilliant way. So this involved sacrifice. See, I was telling you, sometimes it will involve sacrifices because you want to get your best piece onto the right square, which is very, very powerful, and it can be winning. So here it was giving a checkmate. So it was worth sacrificing the rook for this, right? Yeah, other pieces that you had said, rook 1 to e7, queen will take it, you will take it, king will take it, queen will take a pawn, and it's still the game will continue, right? It is not immediately ending. Here it is ending immediately. So that is the thing. So let us. Do you want to do some exercise now? Because these ones are all we are giving. So I'll just try to do one exercise here. Square clearance. Let us take one or two exercises. and then we'll do one easy and one medium.
Sir,
This one is the first one.
G1.
Yeah.
Rook G1 check.
Yeah, rook to G1. The idea is queen
Rook
wants
G1.
access to G2, right? And so rook to G1, correct.
So the knight takes it.
Now queen to G2.
Yeah, queen to G2.
Yeah, because this
It's
bishop
mate in
also covers
two.
this one. So fine. We'll do number 8. Number eight.
Okay.
Number 8, it's a mate in 6. Huh? Okay.
Sir, who to play?
It is black to play. Your turn is black. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Rook to
So rook to F
E2.
F3.
Rook to E2.
Rook to D3.
Rook to D3.
Rook to E2.
Rook to E2. Rook to D3.
Rook to F3.
So rook takes D3.
Rook takes D3. Huh? I think rook takes D3. What is the threat? And have you seen white's threat? Have you seen white's threat? What
Oh
is
yes, sir.
Oh.
Sir, I saw it. Queen to H8.
H7.
Queen to H8 is a threat, and then followed by rook to H7. So you don't have much of a leeway. You can't play some weak moves.
So I think
Yes,
it's
sir. So that's why
Rook F.
F3. So that's why F3. Rook F3.
Yeah, to me also it looks like, because there is a triple
What about
battering.
Rook E2?
Yeah, because I think to me it looks like rook F3 should win, because you are ready to allow your queen to come forward then and to some powerful squares, like either
Yes, sir. Then you can get your queen to
E3,
E3,
E1,
yeah.
etc. later on. So let
Yeah.
us, yeah.
Wait, but
Yes, go. My was correct. Sir, now get
Then
your
I
queen to E3. Yeah,
Now
E3.
queen will
Queen
come
to
to
E3.
Come to E3. Yeah.
because you have got access to
Queen takes F3.
square also.
Yes, sir. F3.
Right?
Over here.
G2. So queen to G2.
Sir,
Yes,
rook,
sir.
Yeah, queen to
rook
G2.
to E2.
Yo,
Rook to E2.
sorry, queen to G2. How can you play? Because the rook.
Sir, rook to E2. Rook to E2.
I think
Yes,
we
sir.
made a mistake. But
So it is rook to
Queen
E2.
takes H1.
wait.
Hello.
Here,
Queen takes
Yeah.
H1.
Sir,
Yeah,
rook to
queen
E2 check.
no, rook to E2 is not.
Yes, sir. Queen takes H1. You will win the queen.
Yeah. We'll hit the queen, right?
No,
Oh,
sir.
this
You should give a mate.
Yes, sir. So it's sir, rook.
Rook to
is
E3.
still winning. It is winning, but there is a better move, is what he said.
Rook
So
to
now
E3. Yeah.
Oh, sir. Rook to E3.
to E3.
Yes.
So in the earlier position.
So
Now-
Queen to G2.
Now queen to G2, or yeah, queen to G2 is also there, and
No, sir. But, oh, yeah. Queen to G2.
queen to G2.
Ah. My first move was correct.
Yeah. But we have to calculate. Actually, now here in here we could afford to make some mistakes, but in an actual game we cannot afford to make mistakes, right?
Yes, sir. In our actual, sir, it was supposed to be mate in 6, but we made mate in 5.
No, we did mate in 6, but
No,
but
sir,
we made
if
a
you
couple
see
of
this-
mistakes in it, right?
If you see the score, it's 25 by 30.
Yeah. Okay, that does not mean we made mate in 5. We did mate in 6 only, but we made a mistake. That's why we lost some points.
Oh, okay.
Okay, if you had not made the mistakes, then we would not have. But okay, you got the idea, right? Square clearance. Fine. So let us go back.
Sir, if you would play real chess, you wouldn't get chance to go back,
Yeah,
right?
of course. Who will give you the chance to go back, right?
Yeah.
So that's why you have to learn to calculate well. Okay, here it is okay sometimes, but okay, here it is again. I think it is black to move. So who wants to go where? Which square has to be cleared? Let us see.
So mate in 6.
Mate in 6, I don't know.
Rook takes h4.
Yeah, that is what it is saying. And what it is clearing, rook takes h4, it is clearing the f4 square for the queen.
h4 square is clearing.
Because white is forced to take the rook. And then your queen comes
You
to
can
f4,
play queen f4.
right? And now it is going to become a very...
So next will be a checkmate.
No, it's not immediate checkmate. King will
Yeah,
come to f3.
but it will
Now,
be close to checkmate.
it is close to, but it is
Bishop
not
g
yet.
bishop g2.
Yes, bishop d2.
If you play bishop to g,
Actually, no, bishop g4.
bishop g4
No, bishop
will allow
g2.
the king to come to g2 because it will block the
Yeah.
rook.
Yeah,
So,
bishop g2 is correct.
bishop g2.
So, but then now the rook will capture it. Then you can.
Now knight
Then
has
you
to
can get your. So
But
now you can get your.
now you can, queen can
get-
come to g5,
Yeah, now queen can come to g5.
or it can come to f3 also. Yeah, whichever way, I think.
G5. So
G5.
how can your queen come to g5?
No, g4 I meant, g4, sorry.
g4.
Oh.
Queen g4 followed by queen to g2 or queen to f3.
Sir, in this move, queen would have
No, no,
to.
no, no, no.
Yeah,
Sir, in this move, the queen would have to move, otherwise the bishop would.
yeah, of course. You will have to either get queen to g4 check and then g2, or queen to f3 check. Right. So again, what was the thing here is that here the f3 square was important for the queen. So first f4 was important and then f3 was important. So bishop sacrificed itself and allowed the queen to come to f3, because after that the queen could come to g2 and give a checkmate.
Oh, why can't you do bishop to g4?
Oh, you do bishop to g4, then you are blocking your own rook, na? So king might decide to go via g2 towards f1, etc. So that is the reason. Okay, fine. Let us continue. Yeah, look at this position. It is white to play. And it is very much apparent what piece should come where for white. Right? What piece should come where is very, very apparent. Just look at the black bishop and the black king. They are within a forking distance of the
c6.
Pawn.
So they are within the forking distance of the knight. So, but the knight has to come to c5 and fork the king and the bishop. But currently the pawn is there. So why don't you push the pawn?
So you move your pawn to c6, and then but then like now if black doesn't capture it or something,
if black captures it, then knight c5 check and you win the.
And if black doesn't capture it, then you can move your queen forward. Sorry, then you can
move the pawn forward. See, if you try to save this bishop, okay. Now there is no point in capturing the b pawn.
Yes, sir.
Because if you capture it, bishop will capture it. It is equal position.
So you
But
move it one
you
step
simply
back.
move the pawn c7,
Yeah.
and now see these knights are very bad in stopping a pawn, advanced pawn. Right? See, the knight gets attacked, and wherever it moves now, it will not be able to control the c8 square. So now, after this, it's a gone case, right? It's a gone case. So that is why actually on c6, black first of all plays pawn takes f4, gives a check. Okay, but gives a check, king simply takes it and think that, okay, after this what? He puts the same question again. After this, what are you going to do?
Yes, sir. Because now anyway the white can fork it, and if black doesn't capture, you can get a queen.
Yeah, exactly. So you have cleared the square c5 for your knight. Yeah. Okay. Look at one more example. It is white to play here. Look at the unfortunate placement of the black king?
Sir, the white queen should be placed in the bishop's diagonal, the black bishop's diagonal.
Black bishop's diagonal.
I mean, black squared bishop's diagonal.
Dark squared bishop's diagonal. But but there is another square that is. See the knight on c3. What would have been a very good square for it? What would have been a very good square for it?
E7?
The d5 square would have been very good for the knight. From d5, yes.
Yeah.
From d5, it would have gone to e7 also, and it would have been again a very powerful thing, right?
Yeah, D6.
So what do you play? Play
D6.
d6. Okay. Now there are two ways in which black can capture it. Knight can capture it or bishop can capture it. Irrespective of which one captures it, the white knight is going to d5 square, attacking the queen, and the pawn cannot kill the knight because it's a pin. So the knight on d5 is secure. It is attacking the queen. Where can the queen go? Queen really cannot go anywhere.
It can go to B4.
Bishop is there. White bishop is, b4 it cannot go because the knight will attack the b4 square from d5.
Oh yeah.
Sir, it can
It can go to
No, first of all, so
go
just
to
imagine,
E3.
huh?
So
E3.
it can go
e3
to
also, the d5 knight will attack e3 also.
Oh yeah.
So how, sir?
See, imagine the knight is landing first on d5, attacking the queen. So just as the b6 is attacked by the d5 knight, e3 is also attacked by the d5 knight.
Sir, queen is trapped.
Queen is trapped.
Oh,
The
okay.
square.
So, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Actually, no. Queen is
So can
trapped.
you also do knight like A4?
Knight a4 you cannot do right now. When? See, you had to, earlier you could not do it because queen could have gone to c7. Now, because the pawn is there, but it is black's turn to move, so black will capture the pawn. But after black captures the pawn, your knight going to d5 is a killer move because the queen does not have any square. d5 is very important. Okay, and if now itself, if black tries to make some way, say black plays, I don't know, maybe something like maybe a6 it plays, suppose. Then anyway, you are killing the bishop there, right? Bishop is hanging, so you cannot allow. So black, it is going, d6 pawn is going with the tempo, right? In fact, it is being sacrificed with the tempo. So, okay, we'll see the last example before we take a break. Oh, this I think is a study, huh? Or this is a game only. This is a game. It looks like
Sir,
white's pawn is about to queen. It is on the 7th rank, but the bishop is controlling it. And
black's pawn is also about to queen.
black's pawn is also about to queen, but the white's dark squared bishop is controlling it. Okay, what are they saying? I have not read this. First impression is that because of the bishops of opposite color, the game is a dead draw. Therefore, the Danish grandmaster accepted the opponent's offer of a draw. Unspeakable was the Dane's astonishment and disappointment when the member of his team showed him after the game the study-like way to victory. Okay, I don't think we can get this, so we'll have to just go through it and see what is the way. It was black to play. Okay, black to play. Though it was a pawn up, but it thought it is a opposite colored bishop end game, and both bishops controlling. It thought it will not get a win. I mean, there is no chance to win, but black could have won. Let us see how. G1 equal to queen first. So obviously bishop takes
Then
G1,
king G2.
G2, king to G2.
But I still don't. But it's still a.
Wait. It is attacking the bishop. So where can the bishop move?
Stay there.
Stay there. If it stays there, then the pawn will come forward, right?
Yeah, then the bishop can sacrifice itself.
Yeah, that is the thing. So it looks like a draw that way, right? So white king
Yeah.
allows.
So white king would sacrifice his bishop, but to kill the bishop on b7, so he could queen it.
White will not
So
on
there's-
b7. White bishop cannot come, right? White's bishop is a dark squared bishop, so it cannot land on b7.
So he gives check with his bishop.
Yeah. So here, look at this. What is the thing? I think it is going to become a zugzwang, and then black is going to win. So black.
Yeah, he should be playing.
Bishop to a8. Now the pawn cannot move. Okay. Now, if the white bishop, if he moves anywhere else other than h2, then anyway the pawn will move forward and it will get queen. So bishop cannot. If at all bishop has to move, then it has to. And if it moves to h2, then also black king will capture it. So king only has to move. King to h4. Okay. King to h4. Now bishop to f. See, it still looks like a draw. Bishop to Now look at it. Now white, this is a very beautiful move. He's preventing the king from coming to g4. Okay.
No, white's only up.
White's only option, first of all, is to make the pawn queen.
Yeah.
And bishop will take it. After that, king will come to g4.
And
Okay,
then bishop will.
But not
will-
check immediately. See, that's the point.
Yeah.
He has to lose a move. So he loses a move. Then king goes to h4. Now he plays bishop to f3. Now the black, now the king cannot be threatening the pawn anymore. Right? See, this is zugzwang. If the bishop moves anywhere on the diagonal of g2 to a7, then the pawn will move to h2 and then it will be queening. If the bishop moves to h2, king will capture it. So bishop cannot move anywhere.
So king has only one place